Your Jeep could be burning hundreds of extra dollars in fuel every year. And the worst part is, most of it comes from features and habits owners think are actually helping their Jeep. From one button everyone turns off to a mod that absolutely destroys MPG. Today, I'm showing you the 10 dumb Jeep features secretly killing your gas mileage, and why you need to turn them off now. Starting things off at number 10 is your underinflated tires. This one sounds boring, but it's the most ignored killer on the list, and almost every Jeep on the road is guilty of it. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, for every 1 psi your tires drop below spec, your gas mileage drops by 0.2%. That sounds tiny, but here's the trap your Wrangler sets for you. The TPMS warning light on your dash, the little yellow horseshoe, doesn't even turn on until your pressure has dropped 25% below spec. By the time you see that warning, you've already been bleeding fuel for weeks. It gets worse on Wranglers and Gladiators. Owners who upsize to 35-inch E-rated tires love running them soft at 28 or 30 psi for a cushier ride. But the door jamb sticker calls for 37 psi. That's a 9 psi gap, almost a 2% MPG penalty just sitting there. Multiply that across 15,000 miles a year at $4.55 a gallon, and you're throwing about $140 a year out the tailpipe for nothing. Stellantis prints the correct number on every Jeep, then never reminds you again. Check pressure cold once a month, set it to the door jamb spec, and move on. But this next feature is sneakier, because Jeep actually engineered it on purpose. Number 9 is your remote start warm-up habit. Every Jeep with Uconnect remote start, which is pretty much every modern Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Cherokee, Compass, Renegade, Gladiator, and Wagoneer from the last 10 years, has the same problem. Owners love remote starting in the morning to preheat the cabin in winter or pre-cool it in summer. The dealer demos this feature the day you sign the paperwork. Nobody mentions what it costs at the pump. Argonne National Laboratory measured it directly in DOE Fact number 861, published February 23, 2015. A small 2.0-liter four-cylinder burns about 0.16 gallons per hour sitting there. A 3.6-liter Pentastar Wrangler or Gladiator burns closer to 0.39 gallons per hour. A Hemi V8 Grand Cherokee or Wagoneer burns even more. And here's the kicker from fueleconomy.gov. Quote, "It only takes about 10 seconds worth of fuel to restart your vehicle. Idle longer than 10 seconds and you're already losing money." The warm-up myth is the cruelest part. Modern fuel-injected Jeeps don't need warming up at all. Letting it sit 10 minutes burns roughly a 1/16 of a gallon every time, helps nothing, and actually slows the engine reaching operating temperature. Fueleconomy.gov says the engine warms faster when you drive it gently. Remote start every winter morning for 10 minutes, and you're burning roughly 18 gallons a year doing absolutely nothing. That's $82 gone for the feeling of a warm seat. 2 minutes max in extreme cold, none above 20 degrees. But the next one is what Jeep forums absolutely refuse to admit. Coming up at number 8 is your habit of disabling auto stop start. I know. Half the Jeep forums hate the ESS button. Wrangler JL owners, Grand Cherokee owners, Wagoneer owners. Everyone slaps that little A with the arrow button to shut it off the second they start the engine. There's even a whole aftermarket industry called Auto Stop Eliminator built around helping you disable it permanently. But the data says you're costing yourself money every time, and Stellantis isn't fighting the misinformation either. Oak Ridge National Laboratory published SAE paper 2023-01-0346 with verified results. Auto Stop Start gave fuel economy improvements of 7.27% on the EPA highway and city cycle, and a wild 26.4% on the New York City cycle. AAA's testing in July 2014, led by Greg Brannon, director of AAA Automotive Engineering, confirmed it. Quote, "Up to 7% improved fuel economy can mean a $179 annual fuel savings for consumers. That was at $3.65 a gallon. At today's $4.55, the saving climbs closer to $220 a year. Here's the secret nobody tells you. ESS is automatically disabled in 4 low and shuts off the second you crank the AC to max, so it'll never bug you off-road or on a hot summer day. The real fix is just braking lighter at red lights, because ESS only triggers on firm pedal pressure. Kill it every drive, and you're literally paying Stellantis to ignore a feature you already bought. However, what's bolted to the outside of your Jeep is doing even more damage. At number 7, we have your roof rack and rooftop cargo box. This one stops Jeep owners in their tracks because the numbers from the federal government are insane. Fueleconomy.gov, the official EPA and DOE site, states it plain, quote, "A large, blunt rooftop cargo box can reduce fuel economy by around 2 to 8% in city driving, 6 to 17% on the highway, and 10 to 25% at interstate speeds of 65 to 75 miles per hour. 25% on a single dumb plastic box. And there's even better data. Oak Ridge National Laboratory published SAE paper 2014-01-1614 at the 2014 SAE World Congress in Detroit. The team tested an SUV with a rooftop cargo box and found fuel economy dropped from 24.9 miles per gallon at 60 miles per hour to 22.9 miles per gallon, a 9% loss from just the box at moderate speed. On a compact sedan at interstate speeds, the same box cost 25 to 27%. A 2016 study by Yuchi Chen at NREL and Alan Meyer at Berkeley Lab found roof racks across the U.S. light-duty fleet wasted 100 million gallons of gasoline in 2015 alone. The secret most owners miss is that hitch-mounted cargo trays sit in dirty air behind the vehicle and barely affect mileage. ORNL measured the difference and said the hitch-mounted load had, quote, very small FE penalties. If you're not actively hauling kayaks this weekend, take the crossbars off your Wrangler or Grand Cherokee. Take the box down. Put the rack in the garage. Just doing that saves you up to $560 a year. But the next killer is straight out of your owner's manual. Quick pause. If you want your Jeep to last and avoid expensive mistakes, check out my ebook, The 500,000-Mile Jeep Blueprint, down below in the description. It's the exact maintenance system I wish every Jeep owner had from day one. Now at number 6 is your blasting AC in extreme heat. This is the feature nobody wants to talk about because nobody wants to sit in a Wrangler at 105 degrees with the AC off. But the numbers from the U.S. Department of Energy are shocking, and they apply to every Jeep ever built. Fueleconomy.gov states it directly, quote, under very hot conditions, AC use can reduce a conventional vehicle's fuel economy by more than 25%, particularly on short trips. 25%. From one button. The AC compressor is a parasitic load bolted to your crankshaft, pulling several horsepower off the engine. At idle and low speeds, that drag is enormous as a percentage of total engine output. On a Wrangler 4xe, owners report EV range plummeting 20% the moment they hit max AC. The secret most people miss is the penalty is huge at low speed and almost tiny at highway speed. Same EPA page says, quote, roll the windows down at lower speeds, use the AC at highway speeds. At 30 miles per hour, the AC drag dominates. At 70, the engine is already fighting air resistance, so the compressor cost is a smaller share. There's also the AC on while idling killer. NC State University researchers Kahn and Frey, in their 2019 Transportation Research Record paper, measured this directly. Quote, fuel consumption at idle is 13% higher with AC on. Set the AC to a sensible 74 degrees instead of maxing to 60 and save $170 to $450 a year. But your right foot is doing something even worse. So number 5 is leaving sport mode on for daily driving. Almost every modern Jeep has a drive mode selector. Wranglers have select terrain with auto, sport, snow, sand, mud, and rock. Grand Cherokees and Wagoneers add a dedicated sport mode button. Leaving it in sport for the morning commute is one of the worst MPG decisions you can make, and the dealer absolutely won't warn you. Fueleconomy.gov is dead clear. Quote, aggressive driving can lower your gas mileage by roughly 15 to 30% at highway speeds and 10 to 40% in stop-and-go traffic. That's not racing. That's just the throttle response sport mode encourages. Sport mode does 4 ugly things. It holds gears longer so the engine revs higher before shifting. It sharpens throttle response so the same pedal travel commands more fuel injection. On the Hemi-powered Grand Cherokees, it restricts the multi-displacement system, the cylinder deactivation that runs the V8 on just 4 cylinders during cruising. On the Grand Cherokee and Wagoneer with Quadralift air suspension, It lowers ride height for handling, which barely helps fuel economy because the throttle aggression wipes out the small aero win. The fix is dead simple. Leave select terrain in auto for daily driving. Save sport mode for the back roads on a weekend. Fueleconomy.gov also notes drivers using feedback devices to coach smoother throttle inputs see about a 3% improvement on average, with some seeing 10%. On a Wrangler or Gladiator at $4.55 a gallon, fixing this habit alone is worth between $450 and $1,000 a year. But your speedometer is doing damage too. Bringing it to number 4 is your highway speed above 65. Every Jeep is a brick. The Wrangler JL has a drag coefficient of 0.454, confirmed by Jeep itself at the 2017 LA Motor Show launch as a 9% improvement over the previous JK. A modern sedan sits around 0.28. The Grand Cherokee is around 0.36. Even the new Wagoneer with all its smooth bodywork can't escape SUV territory aero numbers. Every extra mile per hour above 50 hurts a Jeep more than it would any car on the road. Fueleconomy.gov spells it out. Quote, each 5 miles per hour you drive over 50 miles per hour is like paying an additional 32 cents per gallon for gas. That number comes from ORN LSAE paper 2013 by Thomas, Huang, West, and Huff, based on dynamometer testing of 74 vehicles from 50 to 80 miles per hour. Real Wrangler owners confirm it. On JL Wrangler forums, one Rubicon owner posted, quote, 23 to 24 miles per gallon on the highway as long as I stay below 65 miles per hour. Anything above 65 and the fuel economy starts dropping fast. Another logged the punishment of running 85 miles per hour for hours. His real-time miles per gallon dipped to 10 at multiple points. Drop your cruise from 75 to 65 miles per hour and you save roughly 64 cents per gallon equivalent. Over 15,000 miles at $4.55, that's about $320 to $480 a year back in your pocket, just for using cruise control. But the open-air Jeep crowd has been doing something even more expensive. Quick break before number 3. If you've made it this far, you're already saving money just by knowing this stuff. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything else. And now we land on number 3, which is driving topless and doorless on the highway. This one hurts because it's the entire reason people buy a Wrangler or Gladiator in the first place. Top off, doors off, wind in your hair. That's the Jeep dream. The problem is the dream costs you serious money the second you cross 50 miles per hour, and Stellantis prints exactly nothing about it in the brochure. ORNL's 2014 SAE paper tested open windows on an SUV and found fuel economy dropped 1 to 4% just from rolling glass down. But a Wrangler with the top off and doors removed is something different entirely. Now you're essentially driving an open bucket at 70 miles per hour. Air rushes in, slams into the back wall, hits the seats, and creates massive pressure drag. Real owners on JK Forum have done their own tests. One JK Rubicon owner with a 6-speed posted real numbers. Quote, light driving, about 17-mile commute, hard top on, I get about 17 miles per gallon average. Same driving, soft top with hard doors, 15 miles per gallon. Top and doors off, 13 miles per gallon. A 4 miles per gallon drop. On a Jeep that gets 17, that's a 24% collapse in fuel economy. Now this part is important. Under 50 miles per hour, the penalty is tiny. Cruising your neighborhood, going to the beach, hitting the off-road park, drive topless and enjoy your life. But the second you merge onto the interstate, drag scales with the square of speed. Commute 80 miles a day with the top off, and you're throwing $220 to $450 a year at the wind for the experience. Put the hard top back on for highway runs. But the next one is so big it makes everything else look small. Coming up at number 2 is your lift kit and all the steel armor you bolted on. Look, I get it. A lifted Wrangler or Gladiator on 35-inch tires with steel bumpers, rock rails, a winch, and full belly skids looks incredible in the parking lot. Stellantis even sells a lot of this gear through the Mopar catalog. But every pound of that gear is feeding off your fuel tank, and the numbers are ugly. Fueleconomy.gov puts it plain. Quote, an extra 100 pounds in your vehicle could reduce your MPG by about 1%. Do the math on a fully built JL Rubicon. A steel front bumper and winch combo runs 150 to 200 pounds. Rear bumper with tire carrier, another 100 to 150. Rock rails, around 80. Full belly skids, another 80. You've just added 500 pounds to a Jeep that started at 4,500. Roughly a 5% MPG hit from weight alone. But that's not even the worst of it. The lift kit raises the body higher into the airstream, which increases frontal area and wrecks aerodynamics on a shape that's already a brick. The bigger tires it lets you fit add their own penalty. Extreme Terrain, one of the biggest Jeep parts retailers in the country, estimates the combined lift plus accessories hit at 15 to 20% worse fuel consumption. Forum data confirms it. A stock JLU Rubicon gets 20 miles per gallon combined. Same Jeep with a 2.5-inch lift, 35s, steel armor, and a winch? 15 to 17. That's $340 to $1,100 a year in extra fuel just for the look. If you don't wheel hard every weekend, aluminum bumpers save half that weight, and ditching the winch saves another 70 pounds. But none of that prepares you for the biggest fuel killer of all. Finally, the #1 MPG killer on any Jeep is running 35 or 37-inch mud terrain tires. This is the single biggest fuel killer on any modified Jeep, and the data is genuinely shocking. Stock Wrangler JL with 33-inch all-terrains? The EPA rates it at 20 miles per gallon combined for the 2.0 turbo, 19 miles per gallon for the 3.6 V6. Same Jeep with 35-inch all-terrains? Owners on JL Wrangler forums and Wrangler forum consistently report 14.5 to 18 miles per gallon. Go up to 37-inch mud terrains and you're looking at 12 to 15. On the Rubicon 392, forum members have logged real numbers as low as 10 to 13 miles per gallon on 37s. One 2024 Willys owner on JL Wrangler forums posted his real average, 13 miles per gallon. Why is the penalty so brutal? 3 reasons stacked. Those tires are heavy, sometimes 70 pounds each, and that rotational mass matters way more than dead weight in the trunk. Mud terrain tread blocks have massive rolling resistance compared to a regular highway tire, and the bigger diameter changes your final drive ratio, which makes your engine spin higher RPM at every speed unless you re-gear. One forum member on Jeep Gladiator forum put it perfectly, quote, "As far as it knows, your Jeep is pulling a loaded trailer in the form of 35-inch tires." Another Quora user with a 2015 JKU was even blunter, quote, "First mod I did was larger tires and I lost 3 miles per gallon. 3 out of 18. A 17% hit, gone forever." There's a sneaky bonus problem. Your dash miles per gallon lies to you when you run uncalibrated bigger tires. The odometer thinks you're going slower than you really are, so the displayed mileage reads 1 to 2 miles per gallon higher than reality. So even when owners think they're getting 15, they're actually getting 13. Real fix? Either run lighter all-terrains like BF Goodrich KO3 or Falcon Wild Peak AT3W, which have lower rolling resistance. Or if you must run 35S, re-gear to 4.56 or 4.88 with a Taser or J-Scan recalibration. Either way, this single mod costs the average modified Wrangler owner about $720 a year in extra fuel. The Jeep dealer who sold you the lifted truck with 35s already on it knew. They just didn't say. Stack everything on this list, and the average modded Wrangler or Gladiator owner doing 15,000 miles a year at $4.55 a gallon is wasting somewhere between $800 and $1,600 in fuel annually. That's the cost of running 35s, leaving the roof rack on, killing the ESS, driving in sport mode, cruising at 75 with the top off, and blasting AC in traffic. Fix half of these and you'll feel it at the pump within a month. Fix all of them and you've essentially given yourself a free tank of gas every 5 weeks. And the wildest part? Stellantis doesn't put any of this in your owner's manual. They sell you the lift, sell you the Mopar bumpers, sell you the 35s, and never mention what each one costs at the pump. The federal government published the data on fueleconomy.gov. The truth's been there the whole time. Now you know. So there you go. 10 dumb Jeep features and habits quietly destroying your gas mileage every single day. Which one do you think is costing Jeep owners the most money? Let me know down in the comments.